I've had some questions about first grade Unit 2, Lesson 9, and how that's been kind of difficult for kids. And so I want to talk about a couple of things. But first, this is a challenging area for kids. Sometimes when we're looking at story problems, when there's not a huge action. And so just know that this is going to take some time and we're just going to practice this over the course of the year. But the problem starts off, or the lesson starts off with a series of expressions that they're going to calculate mentally. And the first one is 4 plus 6. And what does that equal? And then it goes to 6 plus 4. What does that equal? And then 10 minus 6, 10 minus 4. So one of the ways that I think that as we're asking kids these series of questions, we might want to consider looking at this from the perspective of a number bond. So if students have an understanding that we have 6 on one side of the number bond and 4 on the other. And so we can look at this from the perspective of, okay, what does 6 and 4 equal? And does it make a difference if we were to just reverse these two numbers? We're looking for here the relationship between the two. And so I really like to use a number bond when thinking about this series in our kind of number talk or warm up. So I would recommend kind of having students look at it in this way as a way to access. Another way that we can think about that is if you have Rec and Recs in your room, we can look at it from the perspective of I have 6 and 4, or 4 and 6, and how much does that equal in all? Or we can think about it if we've decided that that's 10 in all. Can I move this to the middle? And what are all the different ways that we can make 10? I have 6 here and 4 here, or can I have 6 here and 4 here? What's really happening, so that they're beginning to see the relationship between these numbers. That continues in the story problems that we see next, where Han has some pets. And so let's take a look at that. Okay, so here's the first question. It says that Han has 5 pet lizards and 3 pet snakes. How many does he have in all? So again, if we show a number bond as the relationship, we can kind of think about the relationship between these 3 numbers, which we're really wanting to get at. So I know that I have 5, and I could count on, so I have 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 pets in all. So that's the first part of this. And then we're going to look at this next part. So Han has 8 pets in all. So here's my 8 pets. 5 of his pets are lizards and the rest are snakes. So what number has to go here in order for this statement to be true? And we can just see, again, we're looking at the relationship between these numbers, and that's what we really want students to understand. It's a lot harder for them because we're not actually taking something away or adding to. We're just looking at the relationship between these numbers. And so this can be a little bit challenging for students to kind of think about. So we can do that. My preferred way is a number bond, and you can use anything. You can use connecting cubes to kind of think about that if we want to have the total number. We could look at that as well. So if I have 8 pets in all, and oops, I don't have 8. Now I have 8. If I have 8 pets in all, and 5 of the pets are lizards, how many are snakes? And so I can see that relationship here. I have my total number, and then I have the 2 different parts represented in 2 different colors. I could also look at that here. If I had 8 pets in all, and 5 of them are lizards, how many are snakes? And so that's one way to think about this. So that's kind of how to work through those problems with a manipulative for the actual lesson, but I want us to look at some possible extensions and practice opportunities. So one of the centers for this unit is Math Stories, and there are some pictures that are part of the program, but I'm just going to share a couple of other ways that I like to think about this. This is the book, I'm the Biggest Thing in the Ocean. And so I want kids to take a look at this. So we have a series of turtles. So how many turtles do we have in all? I see that I have 5 turtles in all, but how many are on each page? And can I represent that in that way? So I can look at it as I have 1 on this side and 4 on this side. So I want students to find other relationships where we have a total that is split into 2 different parts. And so this is one place that I could have them look. So if I provide some books that give students these opportunities, this would be one of those pages. So that would be one way to look at it. Another is this book, 10 Flashing Fireflies. So if we're wanting students to think about their relationships between 10, here is one way that I could think about that. So if we gave them 10 in all, and here I have them divided up into sticks of 5 of each color, but you could give them 10 in one color and then have them find their relationship. But here I have 9 and 1. And as you can see, that will continue on. So again, we're looking at the relationships and finding those relationships here in our connecting cubes, on our number bonds, or on a Reck and Rec if you would like. And then one other way, this is from 1001 Animals to Spot. So here, if you're looking for a way to think about this with numbers that are not 10, like the 10 fireflies, I could look at the parrots. So I have 9 parrots on these 2 pages. So I'm going to find 9 first. Here's 9. And how many do I have on this side of the page versus this side of the page? So I can see that I have 2 parrots over here. And so I am going to just divide my 9 in total into 2 parrots on this side and 7 parrots on this side. And so it's just another way to get kids looking for those representations in math stories during their center time.